Little Kansas Kitty, and I welcome you back to my weight loss surgery channel. I had the RNY Gastric Bypass surgery on June 25th, 2018, so that was like 2 years and 2 months ago. I started off my high weight at 238 pounds. I'm 5'6", I'm 40 years old, and I lost 100 pounds. I created a maintenance range for myself of 138 to 145. Let's jump on the scale and see where I am today. As you can see, I'm 145. Last week, I was between like 142 and 144, just a lot lower, and I'm just feeling really healthy and trim and athletic and just feeling really good about myself right now. I was just telling my new friend that I'm in a place right now where I think I finally figured it out, this whole maintenance thing, and I've been maintaining my weight for about 15 months. 15 months isn't very long if you're looking at it in a lifetime, but in my lifetime, it's super long. I have never maintained a weight for this long, ever. I was scrolling through some of my social media and I was just like going back, and I noticed that my weight just, was the same. And it was just really cool to see that I could go really far back in time on all my posts. I am a picture person, I take a lot of photos, and not come across my before self. And so I have been living within this body for some time now. Nutrition-wise, I'm eating the same breakfast that I've been doing for some time. I think I've mentioned it on some of my last videos. I do like an Ezekiel toast with cream cheese, green chives, some everything with the bagel seasoning, some smoked salmon, and a runny egg on top. And I have that like every morning. And I have that with my Bang keto coffee. So my cold brew Bang keto coffee, birthday cake flavor. And I switched back to that. I was doing the teamy teas for some time, and I'm just gonna shout it from the mountaintops. If you're in a rut, if you've gained some weight, try out the teas. They worked for me. I had gained 10 pounds super fast during the initial quarantine, and I lost the 10 pounds when I went on their detox. And so I will leave a link down in case you're interested in that. I highly encourage you to check it out. And I think I still have a 25% off discount code that I'll include as well. In terms of lunch, still kind of on the salad kick, just doing like a protein and lots of stuff in the salad. And then for dinners, usually some kind of protein and veggie. I did find that I was spacing out my meals a little bit more, and just before I had a snack. And the snack that I actually is a go-to for me right now is I love pistachios, pistachio nuts, and bananas, because both of those are non-bloat foods, and they just really, like, even if you have bloat, it helps. And so I just like that combination. It's very filling. But I noticed that I was kind of spacing things out a little bit more, and I noticed I was getting full a lot faster again. And so I think it's definitely possible to shrink our pouches if they have expanded a little bit. I'm not really snacking on like really sweets and sugary stuff, so although I could definitely indulge in some of those items with the amount of running that I do, I just haven't been lately, and I've kind of cut out a little bit of the alcohol too. I mean, I still like have fun and everything, but I think that's also helped me just like feel really good mentally and physically right now. I did get my lab results back, so my 2-year lab results, and everything came back great. So I was within range for everything, and that just says that I am doing the right thing nutrition-wise and supplements-wise for my body. Fitness-wise, I don't have any races on the calendar right now due to COVID, and I'm averaging in the 60s in terms of my mileage, so about maybe like 65 miles or so per week. My dear friend Carol, I know you guys have heard me talk about her a lot. She is getting ready to run 50 miles for her 50th birthday next week, and so I'm gonna help her out. We've got different runners jumping in at different places, and she's doing a night run, and so I'm slotted in for the 2 to 4 a.m. I'll be out there longer than that because I told her I'd go ahead and do at least 20 miles with her. Carol is in the running for Miss Health and Fitness. It's a magazine, and she is such a humble, motivational, inspirational person, not only to me, but to so many people. And the other women that she's up against are like these bodybuilders, and Carol's just, she's not that. She's just passionate about her own health and buddying up with people and just fitness. And I'm so proud of her that she is one of the nominees for this health and fitness magazine, to be on the front cover and also to win some moolah. And there's a daily kind of voting thing that's going on right now. And so we're all supporting her and voting for her. And I know all of you probably have someone in your life that really inspires you and motivates you. And if you care to, I would be so appreciative if you did a quick little vote for her. I will include her link below, because there's no one more deserving than her of this recognition, especially this time in her life when she's 50 years old. I mean, she's just inspired so many of us, and inspired me 11 years ago to run my first marathon. And when it is over 80 degrees or below zero, no one else will run with me outside except Carol. And she's just my little BFF buddy. And I would love it if you could submit a vote for her. In terms of my arms, I told you and promised you that I would try to work on upper body a little bit. And I have been doing my assisted push-ups, a little bit of weights. I can do more. I can definitely do more. There's always lots of room for improvement. And you know, it's really all about consistency. With my running and my cardio, I've been very consistent and self-motivated to just get out there and run the mileage all the time. And if I was not consistent, I would continue to have to start from scratch. And I see that with others sometimes, is they get super gung-ho about some kind of fitness resume, and they're out there and they're like, you know, hitting it hard, whether it's in the gym or trying to run or cycle or whatever, and then they stop. When they stop, they have to start all over again, and they've lost everything that they've built. And so for me, being consistent, I can run 20 miles right now, and I can run 20 miles next week, because I continue to keep my mileage up and be consistent and train on a daily basis. I run between probably about 6 days a week right now. It really is simple. You don't have to be extreme. Whatever you do, you just have to be consistent. I've been doing some trampolining and some canoeing and zip lining and just having a really fun time lately. And I can't stress enough how amazing life is and how much better the experiences are having lost 100 pounds. Beauty-wise, I did get my Botox, and I also did do a lip flip. So the lip flips are pretty cool. They don't last very long. I've been doing Botox every 3 months right now. The lip flips is basically, they just use some of the extra Botox and they put like 3 little dots here, and it just like kind of flips your lip up. And then I do lip fillers, but I only have to do that like once a year. I've had a few art modeling sessions lately, which are for artists who do figure drawing, and I've really enjoyed them. I am covered from head to toe in scars. I have loose skin, I have had plastics, but I'm really confident in my body, and I think it's all about gratitude and just being so appreciative of having a healthy body. I was 50 pounds heavier the last time that I did art modeling, and so this time I'm just super comfortable. Now in maintenance, it's super easy for me to slip off my robe and pose. It's like a performance where I don't have to talk or sing, and it's very liberating and freeing. The timer goes on, the music is in the background, and it's very, very quiet. And I basically just find a focal point, and I can just feel the artist glancing at me, studying me, the different parts of my body, and I can just hear the strokes of the pencil rising and falling against the sheets of paper. It's hard and challenging work, but I walk away with such a high and appreciation of the arts. So on a personal note, my mind has been distraught with love and lack thereof. And my man friend and I, we had been together for 14 months, and I pretty much gave it a year. Like, I said I was gonna give it a year, and what we had going worked for me for a long time until it didn't work anymore. And I noticed we had become a little bit more distant in recent months, and he just couldn't get there. He couldn't commit, he couldn't give me his heart when I needed it, and so we did part. And it was tough, but it was mutual and respectful, and he was super nice about it and just basically said, I don't know if I can ever get there, and it's not fair to you, and you deserve so much. And if there's no ill will between us, and he was like, you have the most amazing heart, and basically you deserve the best. And if I ever saw you, out and about, I would give you the biggest hug, and I'm gonna miss you so much. And so it was definitely mutual. I did have some big cries and sobs over it because I didn't realize how emotionally attached I had become over the time. And then I went straight to dating. I did not want to sit around and wait and try to heal and take months or years like I have in the past. So I went on some dating apps, and also it was like once I became available, it was overwhelming. I mean, everybody seemed to be like, can I take you out for a glass of wine? Or, hey, let's meet for coffee. Like, it was all of a sudden as if I was putting out a different aura. And all of a sudden it was like, it was a lot. And so it was fun. Some of the dates made it to a second date. For the most part, they were just like a one date thing. It got a little cray-cray for sure. And then I met Travis. So I definitely sought him out. I found him on 2 different dating apps, sent him a message on one which he never received, found him on another, and really targeted him, and we messaged back and forth, and I got a really good vibe and good feel from him. And I was like, okay, when can we meet? I was like, if you're interested, are you available to meet in person today or tomorrow? And I know I'm really forward with that kind of stuff, but from past experience, you can sit there and message behind a screen for weeks and hours on end just to find that that person is not who you think they are, or the chemistry's just not there. So we met, and we've been hanging out a lot together, and he is just the most sweetest and thoughtful man. And I think we're developing a really good friendship to begin with, but there's a lot of chemistry for sure. He is 6'5", so definitely has the height. I like a tall guy, and he just comes from a really good family, and he's a great dad to his daughter, and he's just so sweet, and someone exactly the type of person that I would want in my life, and somebody that I could potentially build a future and partnership with, and someone that wants that very much so too. So I'm super excited. I have shared with my mom, which I never share any of my dating with my mom. As a matter of fact, I have been gushing about him to everybody. And even my son, he's like, Mom, I just want you to be happy. He's like, but I do want you to be careful because I know how excited you can get, and I don't want you to get hurt. And so it was really sweet, and I will keep you guys posted. Over a month ago, I remember waking up and having this intense feeling that change is coming. I didn't know, and I still don't know what all that means, but it felt really spiritual and reassuring that everything is going to be okay. Change is inevitable. It's the only constant in life, and so I'll leave you with this. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new.